Welcome to the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Friday, July 20, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at negative 1,034. Nasdaq advanced decline differential closed at negative 1,172. There were 20 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 8 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. For the volatility, we saw 330,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 47 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio traded in August, we saw a zero point 0.3 reading with 57% of the total premiums paid. This is a bearish to neutral reading. For September, we saw a zero point 0.2 reading with 19% of the total premiums paid. This is a bearish reading. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We have a big down day today, 1% lower or almost 14 handles for the day. You can see here we touched the trend line that we have drawn here from the lows here. Interesting to see we did not make a new high here. That is substantially looks more like a double top on this daily chart pattern. Here we have the first top and the second top. We're gonna have to see what happens Monday. We're gonna come here and bounce from this trend line and do make a higher high, or we're gonna break this, maybe come here to test the 0 line, which is at 1350, and we're gonna see what happens if we break the 1350, maybe go lower, or if we are gonna continue to climb here with earnings report. Next week we have a couple of key names are gonna be critical to watch here, so that's gonna be important. On the weekly chart for SPX, here you could see we close above the 0 sigma. 0 sig line is right now at 1359. We close at 1362. I must say this is the first close we have on zeros above 0 sigma since we broke on 2012 here to the downside, and we just broke here to the upside right now. We're gonna have to watch how it reacts next week and maybe get a confirmation. But from here, the levels watching it are 1394 on the upside and then 1429. If we do bounce to the downside, we're looking for 1324 and then maybe go to the 1290 level. Those here are the levels on the weekly chart. We look at the SPY to get some targets here on the weekly chart. Again, broke up on the 0 sigma, closed above 0 sigma. We're looking at 139.44, then 142.85. On the downside, we're looking for 132.63 and then 129.22. We continue here to see on the sigma on the weekly chart CI now bottoming. Looks like it want to start going higher. You could see here on CI this trend. So that's positive here overall, without taking into consideration here the big drop we had today. On the more recent chart, we're going to look at the daily for SPY. Again, we want to see a break of the 1375, 13875. That's going to be critical. That's the positive 2 sigma, and a break of this double top we have here right now. On the downside, we're looking for some resistance here on the 135 level, which is the 0 sig line. That's going to be critical. You could see CI starting to drop somewhat from its highs. We're turning around. We want to see Monday a good day maybe to bring this bar higher up and not continue this down pattern that we're starting to make here. Looks like a top here, but we're gonna have to confirm it on Monday. Again, for the moving averages, on the daily chart, we are close to the 100-day moving average on the downside. That's gonna be support. It's right now at 136.14. That's gonna be a level to watch here on the downside. Obviously, it's before 0 sigma of 135, and we're gonna watch here if we could make and continue to make this higher highs. We're gonna draw here a trend line really fast, so you could see here this trend line. It's gonna be one next week, probably pretty near 0 sig, 135, 134 and a half. So that's the trend line we're gonna watch here on SPY. On the weekly chart for the moving averages, we are breaking the 20-week moving average, closing above it, and after that on the weekly chart we just need here to take the highs of the year. That's pretty much what we have here on the SPY. Looking at the GLD, We can continue to have some consolidation. LD pretty flat today. We were up 0.26% or 40 cents, so nothing here going on. Volatility on the Sigma channel still collapsing. You can see here the Sigma channel width going down. We did not close relatively higher above the 0 Sigma. We're still trending from lower highs. See here, we have drawn this several times, and we see no break on gold here. On the weekly chart for GLD, we see a flat to down week, of course, off the lows, but still we continue to ride almost on a straight line on the 153.67. As we have mentioned on the weekly chart, we want to close above the 157.5 or below the 149, 148 and break this triple quadruple bottom here we have. But again, nothing going on in gold pretty much, so pretty flat here. On the VIX, we're gonna start here with the daily chart for the VIX. The VIX was up today 5%, but it finished off the highs, which was at 1627. We continue to ride the positive 1, positive 2 Sigma channel. You can see here that we basically have a channel from here to here. We have quite a good channel on those that's riding lower. We want to first see a break of the 0 Sig and close there. We have not been able to do that, and then break the positive 1 Sig. That would be an alerting sign here that maybe the VIX want to go higher. That's on the daily chart. On the weekly chart for VIX, here we have the VIX on the weekly chart. Again, we closed below 0 Sig. That's already the fifth week we're closing below 0 Sig. We're on the negative 1 Sigma channel with 0 Sigma. You could see CI pointing lower on VIX, and it's increasing, so on the weekly chart looks like no problem, but as you can see, the VIX could turn pretty fast, so we're gonna have to watch here. Sigma channel width on VIX weekly's flat here. We want the VIX to continue around the 16 range here maybe for some period while the market tries to rally. We're gonna see what happens next week. Okay, on the number of 52-week highs and 52-week lows, we got 20 52-week highs today. Not a bad number, but again, you could see this really short-term trend. We're going lower, and today we did got 8 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. On the weekly chart for this, here we have on the weekly chart, we saw that 20 new 52-week highs, but we saw this big wick here on this candlestick, not as positive. We wanted to finish on the highs, but again, we did have a good numbers overall during the week, and we did close almost at the highs of the 52-week lows. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your Hamsey Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday.